Reefer madness, reefer madness, reefer madness, reefer madness, reefer madness, reefer madness. Welcome back to another episode of SHOWGAYS, the Cinemusical podcast where we talk about all things Cinemusical.
This is our Halloween episode.
This is our special Halloween episode. This week we are going to be discussing the 2005 cult camp classic
CCC.
Reefer Madness, the movie musical. And we'll get into why you have to specify that it's the movie musical because there's source material. But first, our hosts, I'm Adam.
I'm RJ. And Sadie, married lady. Hello.
I'm Molly.
And that's Sadie.
Molly is back. She's taken, so sorry.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents, sorry. I knew you were clamoring.
Yeah, we got so many emails right before my wedding of listeners saying, please don't marry him, marry me instead.
Please, give me a chance, Molly, please.
But I
you're the dream wife as a gay man, please.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah. All the proposals were from gay men. I should be
we're
clear.
bringing back everything from the 50s,
including
lavender
lavender
great again. We're bringing back
absolutely.
lavender marriages. How are you, RJ?
Huh? Me?
Yeah, we already talked to Molly before the pod, and they don't need to know what that conversation was.
Molly had a great wedding and honeymoon, everyone.
Again, we weren't invited to, just to remind everybody.
Yeah, we weren't invited to the honeymoon, by the way.
I'm sorry I didn't include you in the honeymoon, guys.
Yeah. Well. Just like a brief overview for the listener. You don't have to go into the sordid details that you told us.
Sure. It was lovely. We got married at the San Diego courthouse and went to a little bit of New England and then mostly Paris for the honeymoon, and it was magical and wonderful.
What was your favorite place you went to in Paris?
The Holiday Inn.
I think my favorite like moment was we like hung out on a bridge by the Eiffel Tower to like see the sparkly lights. Even though I'd seen that before, then we were like, it was on our honeymoon, so it was very, very romantic in that setting. The coolest place that I just went to was the catacombs because I had been to Paris twice before and I really wanted to go and they kept being shut.
Okay.
So the fact that I finally got to see the catacombs was really cool.
Well, that's fun. I'm glad you had a nice trip. Did you drink a lot of wine?
I don't really like wine. I didn't really drink. I also, my like gluten sensitivity got worse on this trip. Like I was having like a really hard time.
Just with all the bread, the baguettes.
But I thought maybe some people go to Europe and they can like eat the bread there, but not for me. But the Manufacture Sans Gluten in Montmartre is my new favorite place in the whole world because I finally got to eat a pain au chocolat at a cafe table in Paris.
Wow.
I know, it was so good.
Yeah.
I also went to the Moulin Rouge.
Oh.
I had never been to that before. Did you guys go?
We haven't been. We're
going in Christmas.
The production values are insane.
Okay, good.
Think Vegas. I will say, I thought it would be more like burlesque, and it's more like Broadway production, but just they're not wearing tops. Like
it's like Follies.
So tits. You see tits?
Yes.
A lot of tits. Okay.
100%. Yeah. It's like not even Follies because Follies is like too low energy to describe it, but like yeah. It's amazing.
Rockettes, maybe?
Rockettes is a better,
Rockettes with tits. Tits out Rockettes.
Yeah.
Rock tits.
Rock tits.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's enough. That's enough of that. Okay.
Yeah.
The people want ganja.
Do we have any emails?
We do.
I mean, we got the ones that were begging for your hand in marriage, but past that.
Yeah. Past those. We got an email from Juliet and Audrey, and I have to tell you two that I don't read these until we're gonna do the podcast, and there's no way that I could possibly read this entire email. There's an article, there's an academic article attached to this email.
What episode is it in reference to?
I'm not even sure because I've been trying to scan it while we're talking, but it's so I'm gonna start diving in and we're gonna try to summarize on the fly.
Okay.
Hi, this is our first time writing to y'all at SHOWGAYS, and it's a long email, so buckle in. Yes, correct. We're siblings.
Wow,
Audrey,
siblings
they, them.
listening to SHOWGAYS, fun.
Audrey, they, them, and Juliet, she, they.
Okay, SHOWGAYS.
Yes,
SHOWGAYS. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Adam and RJ, we met briefly at KCON in 2023. Is that the one that was in LA?
Yeah,
you guys,
that was the one
The one we met you for lunch.
Yeah. And it means the world to us that Juliet's Zhang Hao, is that?
Yes, very good.
Zhang
Okay,
Hao fan art is still visible in every BLBL video.
It's right there.
Amazing. So great for our listeners who do not get to see recordings of the video of this. Molly, Juliet is now a first-year art history / theater major at UCSD, so you two are basically neighbors. Yes.
Oh my
indeed,
God.
I live very close to UCSD. Send me Juliet's address.
Dox her.
Dox her, please.
Dox her for me. It says, congrats on getting married, by the way. Thank you very much. Okay. Anyway, Audrey's listened to every SHOWGAYS revival episode at least 3 times. What are you doing with your life, Audrey? I mean, thank you, but
Thank you so much.
Wow.
thank you so much. I can't imagine. And Juliet is making her way through the catalog at a normal, well-adjusted pace. A previous listener who wrote in mentioned that Diana the musical episode being there first, and it was coincidentally also Juliet's introduction. The rest of this email is going to be a debrief of our Seoul summer trip, where we saw 9 shows in 9 days.
Oh
and
my
we'll include
God.
general observations on Korean theater and culture and tips in case y'all want to do something similar in the future. Also, there's big gay Korean theater tangent, obviously.
Ooh.
We've compiled. This is for the people who are into both of your topics of your
yes, the
media
Venn
stuff.
diagram is a circle.
Amazing.
It's-
We've compiled an ultimate YouTube playlist of big gay Korean theater performances, and some featured players are even in BLBL lore.
Wow.
Oh no, why do I have to read the emails? For example, Jeong Donghwa,
Donghua. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
sure.
who Adam and RJ may recognize as a judge from the iconic Boys Planet musical challenge. Today is actually Juliet's birthday. Happy belated birthday, Juliet. We're not reading the day you said it. If there's space in the October schedule for an extra reaction video. So that's on you guys.
That's on
I
us.
didn't read this email until today. Okay. I think that the boys will love to read all of this and your
Yes,
summary of your trip to
absolutely.
Korea. I am not going to read the whole thing to the listeners, but my goodness, 9 shows in 9 days sounds amazing. And I look forward to reading this in my own time and learning more about the Korean theater.
Yeah, isn't it?
Because Korean,
It's like the third biggest,
I think it's
right?
the third biggest like musical theater country
Oh, okay.
outside of like America and England.
And the UK? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have
That's
like,
amazing.
and they have like a bunch of like original musicals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, winner of the best new musical.
Yeah,
is a Korean
maybe Happy
musical.
Ending was originally the Korean version.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
RJ, this week you had the challenge to summarize the plot of 2005's Reefer Madness the Movie Musical in a minute or less, and your time starts now.
A lecturer brings all the parents of a small town in an assembly to warn them about the dangers of marijuana and the devilish effects it can have on their children, told through a story about a boy named Jimmy and his sweetheart Mary Lane. Jimmy is lured by a marijuana dealer, Jack, who promises he can show him how to swing dance and impress Mary Lane if he comes with him, tricking him to come to his reefer den and get him hooked on smoking marijuana, alongside other degenerates like Ralph, Sally, and May, who fails to convince Jack to spare Jimmy. As the drug takes over Jimmy's life, he lives a life of crime and sin, even stealing from the church donation box to buy more weed, and ultimately lead him and Sally to hit a man while driving under the influence. Jimmy tries to get clean from this by asking Mary Lane to run away with him, which she agrees to, but Jack brings him back to the reefer den with a magic brownie. Under the influence, Mary Lane chases after him, but is tricked herself by Ralph to smoke, leading her to fornicate and sin with Ralph. Jimmy sees this and tries to kill Ralph, and as Jack tries to stop them, shooting Mary instead and framing Jimmy. The den is haunted by Jimmy facing the death penalty and the ghosts of the teens they have turned to marijuana. Ralph becomes a cannibal, eats Sally. Jack kills Ralph. May finally stands up to Jack by killing him and pleads to President Roosevelt to spare Jimmy, which he does, and the truth comes out that Reefer was the reason for all the murder and crime. The lecturer succeeds in causing widespread paranoia and fear in the town as they burn all the marijuana and set their sights to other social ills like Darwin, Freud, communism, and Queens.
Wow. So much to try to fit into a minute.
Almost. You almost got it.
Stress for you.
I was stressed. I was going in, I was like, oh, it's not going to be a lot because I can basically just be like, a lecturer explains blah, blah, blah by telling the story about Jimmy who failed, whatever. But then as I was writing it, I was like, wow, he goes through a lot.
A lot happens.
Well, that's the ills of cannabis.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, RJ, what is your relationship to this musical? And what's your relationship to the marijuana?
To the ganja. To the, what else do they call it? Ganja.
The devil's lettuce.
Devil's lettuce.
Devil's snare.
A doobie.
Doobie, yes. Mm-hmm. Very good.
Grass, as my mom said.
Yes.
You remember in Tucson?
Yes, we were. Oh my God, Nan, hi Nan. We were in Tucson for Adam's cousin's wedding, and we stayed at a hotel.
We
did not, but we checked her in. Mm-hmm. Turned out to be an extended stay. And while we were there was someone smoking pot like outside her room, basically.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, I don't think she smelled it at first. I think we were the one who smelled it. And we were like, I think someone's smoking pot outside. And she goes, grass!
So, my mom is very hip. She's very hip.
Very hip, yeah.
No relation to this musical. I just knew that there was something called Reefer Madness. So I didn't even know it was a musical or a movie musical all in one. My relationship to the Reefer, not much. I mean, I've had like, every time I've like fully indulged, like I would eat, like ingest it like in a food form. Edible, a latte, let's say, THC seltzer. I am outer space, and there is just, there's no like light buzz. It is, I'm on Mars and I'm watching myself from planet Mars looking down at my body. So I don't anymore. But it's not like I was doing it a lot. It was just like whenever it was in a party situation or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was, the seltzer was the last straw because it was like, I had a THC seltzer at the beach, and because it was so hot, it like hit me so hard that I was like, I was like, I can't even drink a damn seltzer. So that's when I was like, I think I'm just going to drink alcohol. I think
you learned about the Reefer Madness from that.
Yeah.
And at which point did you murder somebody during the high?
Not yet. Close. I came close, but not
Yeah. Of course, we've all had very close calls.
Yeah.
Molly, what's your relationship? If you're willing to perjure yourself on the pod, and that's not the word I'm looking for, but that's fine.
I had never heard of this musical. I mean, I'm sure that I had, but I didn't really have any preconceived notions about what it was going to be. I actually had to like double check the year to make sure we weren't supposed to watch the movie from the 30s, which I now understand was not a musical. I was like, you know, I was surprised to see Alan Cumming. I was surprised to see Kristen Bell. Like it was all new to me. I live in San Diego, California, so I have never smoked marijuana. No one that I know here ever has, obviously.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah. My mother listens to this podcast, and I teach children, and I shan't be saying anything more about it.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you didn't go to college, and that's where they all do it. So that's
yeah. Famously, I've never been to an institution of higher learning.
To an institution of higher education of
I've
any
never
kind.
been on a campus.
Yeah. So I
great. So Molly's a big fat nothing this week. Okay. I think when we were just like searching what to like watch for the season.
I think we were like looking
I had
for
looked up
Halloween?
like spooky or like scare or just like something in the realm, and that's how I found it. I'd heard of Reefer Madness, the original movie.
Okay.
But I didn't,
the actual like film.
Yes, but I didn't realize. I thought the original film was a true PSA, and the original film is framed as a PSA, but it is a narrative film.
Okay,
but it's still from the perspective of
I'll tell you.
Okay.
That was all I knew about the property. Now with weed, mama, the ganja. I don't really love it. I'm very type A, so I don't like not being in control.
Yeah.
But I've done it like a few times, mostly edible.
If I was in like a contained environment where it was like, look, we're just at home. Like
I
we're
think
having
like
a party.
microdosing would probably be the best option for me, but I don't know how to. I'm not like advanced enough to like figure out what that means.
What the titrates are.
You know what? It's fine. It passed me by. Yeah. The time has come.
I've done like, like pain salves that are like mixed with THC or whatever, like topical.
Oh, I see.
THC,
like
not CBD?
CBD.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I've done that before, and I've done like the CBD, like.
And everyone's had a hemp drink.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure. Everyone's worn a hemp shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Everyone's bought a hemp belt.
Yeah. I mean, I don't because again in San Diego, it's simply not a part of the culture here in any way. So
yeah.
Is San Diego? I mean,
California.
It's in California, but
I
is
think
it
it's
like
more California?
Like San Francisco, I feel like is very like weedy.
Oh, it is San Diego because it's Southern California.
Yeah, no, it's like a primary part of the culture here. It's why I'm making this joke. Yeah. It's a big thing here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like every time I've like ingested an edible, it's like I'm in the middle of someone else's house, or like or we're in Ravinia Music Festival, and I have to figure out how to get home. Like I for some reason it's never just like contained party environment like at home with other people in my safe space. It always seems just like it hits me the hardest and everyone else is just fine, and I'm like, okay. But then I also don't know if that's like because my body's not used to it, and people who are used to it get a resistance to it, or whatever you call it. But I'd rather just drink.
So let's talk about Reefer Madness. So Reefer Madness, the original movie, also titled Tell Your Children, came out in 1936, directed by Louis J. Ganzier. It was originally funded by a church organization in order to warn against the dangers of cannabis. And then it was later purchased by noted exploitation filmmaker Dwayne Esper, who inserted salacious content into the film and took it on the exploitation circuit. And due to the movie's narrative framing device, which actually holds to the musical of the lecturer giving like the lecture, it had the ability to skirt around the newly formed 1934 censor, the code, because they were like, well, it's really a PSA movie, so we can show these things that are like the running over of the body, the attempted rape, the jumping out the window for the suicide. Like there's a lot.
Now, Adam, what is an exploitation filmmaker?
So exploitation films are films that are like specifically. Wait, I'll read the specific definition because it's really broad. An exploitation film is a film that seeks commercial success by capitalizing on current trends, niche genres, or sensational content. Exploitation films often features themes such as suggestive or explicit sex, sensational violence, drug use, nudity, gore, destruction, rebellion, mayhem, and the bizarre. Typically associated with B movies, but there's also like genres of exploitation films such as cannibal films, hippie exploitation films, martial arts films, obviously blaxploitation.
It's so interesting. Like
Slasher films are considered technically.
Yeah, spaghetti western, martial arts films. Those are considered technically exploitation.
Exploitation. Yeah, like, I think I had an association between it and like sensationalism, things like sex and violence. But I just wanted to check if there was something more to the definition. Yeah.
Yeah. I did my due diligence, honey, and I watched / sped through the original 1936 Reefer Madness movies, which is available on YouTube.com.
Mm-hmm. How long is it?
It is an hour and 8 minutes.
I know. This was where I got a little upset because I first looked up the 1936 and I was like, "Oh, we're doing an hour-long film, hooray!" And then I realized that was not what we were watching.
Imagine if you showed up here and be like, "So there was no music. I don't know what you guys were on. Why did we watch this?"
So it is available on YouTube, even though it debuted in 1936, because it was made outside of the studio system, so there was less care in filing all the permits and copyright and like stuff like that. So the movie had an improper copyright notice attached, which invalidated the copyright and thus made it public record or public domain, I should say. This was circulated through the 40s and 50s as like, more of like a PSA type thing. And then it kind of got buried again. And then in the 70s, somebody found a copy of it in the Library of Congress, made a copy of that. And then it was used by a pro legalizing marijuana advocacy group or whatever in California, because in 1972 there was like a statute up for vote of a referendum of like legalizing the drug in the state. So they took the movie on tour throughout California, and because it's so campy, it became instantly iconic pretty much from the 70s forward.
Wow.
I will say it is naive camp. It is what Susan Sontag would say is the ultimate form of camp.
So it was truly made as with the purpose to like, this will scare kids.
Yeah, I mean that's why the series of events is so insane. And all the comments everywhere are like, this is so funny because if you actually do marijuana ever, you know that it's just like you just want to like eat and like go to sleep.
You just veg out on the couch.
It is not what this film purports it to be would be like
meth or like acid.
Yeah.
And it is not really that obviously at all. There is a line. Okay, so in the movie musical, there's a joke they say about being like, it's worse than heroin. And it's like a funny moment. Yeah. That is from the original movie. It's crazy. They say it is worse than opium, morphine, and heroin. And I was like, okay.
I mean, it is crazy because it's like, isn't it more closer to like a tobacco, like a plant, like than anything? Because it's like I don't know.
The genus and species?
Or just like genus species use, like.
Yeah, I mean, it's like ingested the same. That's what obviously pro marijuana people will argue, is that it's healthier for you than tobacco. Yeah, come see, come saw.
Yeah, as 3 absolute squares, we've got nothing.
3 squares,
we really got nothing for y'all.
Yeah.
I don't buy the argument that you can't get addicted to it. I understand that there is like people like to be like, well, you can't actually get addicted in the same way you get addicted to nicotine because it's not a chemical reaction that gets you addicted. And like, sure, but like you can
still rely on it in an
addictive,
in an unhealthy way. Yes,
yeah. And I think a lot of the dangers of smoking come from like physically putting a burning thing in your mouth. So I'm pretty sure a lot of those risks are the same.
Yeah, inhaling fumes, basically. No matter what.
Yeah. But God bless you if you do it. Who cares? Not me.
Smoke them if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them. And there are major changes to the movie musical. I've touched on some of them, but they do include attempted rape, a suicide, and there is in the movie musical, or in the original film, I'm sorry, there is no depiction of physical abuse with Jack and May. He's like, they're very like,
but it's still the same dynamic.
Throats.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because she has the big conflict between their relationship is she has like adult clients that they sell weed to.
Okay.
But
And he
he's getting
keeps going
kids.
after like kids, and she's like annoyed about it.
Okay.
But it's why I really scrubbed through that thing, and I was like, this would be 1936. I would be at the edge of my fucking seat. I would be like, this is the most dangerous thing to ever happen.
Yeah.
Even while we were watching the movie musical, and I obviously understood it was a parody, I was like, wow, if you just have somebody tell you something's bad long enough, you will just start to believe it. Like, it's crazy.
That's
It
literally
was
what
working
TikTok
on you at
is
some
now.
point is what you're saying? You were starting to be
it
like,
wasn't
maybe
working.
the reefer really is like this.
I'm a God-fearing Christian woman, so I would never touch this drug, obviously.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Oh my God, Molly. Adam bought something off TikTok shop. It was like recipes. And then it arrived and it was like praying for y'all to have like blessed good meals every night from like a small shop that was like a Christian. And so all the recipe cards had a little prayer at the bottom. And I was like,
That's
Adam.
so lovely.
Adam didn't know.
You know what? It's nice that someone is thinking of me and praying for me. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How dare
Your
how
mother is
dare.
listening to this right now and be like,
Yeah.
I pray for you every night.
So anyway, I honestly, if you have an hour, just scrub through it. If you don't even need an hour. You don't need the full hour. Just like give it a little scrub through, see what scenes you want to see.
Put on that 2x speed.
It is, I will say, when they run over the man with the car, it is wild. I just was like, oh, that's how they had to do it in 1936 to make it look real. Anyway.
They ran over a real person.
They ran over it's a snuff film.
It's the only way to do it. Yeah.
Okay, so then Reefer Madness 1998 is the musical, music by Dan Studney, lyrics and book by Kevin Murphy. It originally opened in LA in 1998, and then it ran off Broadway from September 15th, 2001 to October 28th, 2001. So just a few days after
It opened after 9/11.
It opened 4 days after 9/11. That's where Kristen Bell comes in because she was the New York original Mary Lane.
What do you mean? Why would she come into it?
Because she's in the movie.
Oh, okay. That's when she started. Okay.
Yeah. Christian
my
Campbell,
God.
I think, was in it from the beginning.
And it didn't last because people were like, this is not the time.
I mean, it's off Broadway, so things just
Right,
close.
right.
Also, it was right after 9/11.
It was
so-
literally right after.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Imagine being in the middle of previews and be like, woo, so excited to open the show in a few days. Excited to come into preview today.
Yeah, excited to.
Wait,
excited
the
to,
subways
excited to-
are closed.
Excited to open our musical in just a few days. Oh, wait. The Twin Towers just got hit. Yeah. It would be wild. There was an original ending with Jimmy being electrocuted and May jumping out the window when she realizes she's too late to save him. But then they ended up changing it to the version we have now.
There was a moment in the movie musical where I was like, are they going to accidentally electrocute him? Because they took him forever to take him out of that seat.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh.
That ending, I feel like, is really playing into the original ending of Little Shop, where like
Yes.
everything
Yeah.
is bad.
For the lesson
everything
to
ends.
happen. Yeah.
I thought that at the end, the joke was going to be that they're burning the marijuana so then they all get high.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Because they showed like a green smoke on the giant bonfire.
Right.
So I was like,
So I don't know
is
why that
everyone
wasn't
high?
the joke, but
They show in the original movie from 1936, they show them like shoveling stuff into like a controlled like furnace. It was great. It's so wild. It was crazy. Okay, so Reefer Madness, the movie musical, screenplay by Kevin Murphy and Dan Studney, directed by Andy Fickman. It stars Kristen Bell. Oh my God, I forgot to write every character's name down. Jesus. Kristen Bell as Mary Lane, Christian Campbell as Jimmy Harper, Neve Campbell, his sister, plays Miss Poppy.
The diner.
Alan Cumming plays the lecturer and other assorted characters throughout. Anna Gasteyer plays May. John Cassier plays Ralph Wiley. Amy Spanger plays Sally. Robert Torti plays Jesus. And Steven Weber plays
Jack Stone.
Jack Stone. It was narrated. I don't know why that's a thing. Music is by Dan Studney, David Manning, and Nathan Wang. It's producers are Andy Fickman, Kevin Murphy, Dan Studney. Cinematography is by Jan Kieser. Editor is by Jeff Freeman. Its running time is 108 minutes. Its budget was $25 million, and it was released originally on April 16th, 2005 on Showtime. So because this is a TV movie, we don't really have a budget. However, it did get released internationally in the Czech Republic and Slovakia, where the film grossed $8,972 in its short run.
Wow.
So that's fun.
That paid for some flights.
It did win an Emmy for what is that song called?
Tell the Truth, Murder?
Mary Jane, Mary Lane, which was a new song for the movie version.
Cool.
This is one of, this is, again, I've talked about this before. I like when I find an IMDb trivia that's clearly written with a point of view.
Yes.
I'm going to read this verbatim. This is one of the most complicated musicals filmed for television. The movie contains 16 musical sequences, several complex large-scale dance numbers, and cast members that are proud to display their actual singing voices.
This gay man also built a castle fortress for
Jenny Lind.
That we talked about off pod, so everyone will just have to try to guess what we're talking about.
The Jenny Lind Tower, honey. Look it up.
Look up the Jenny Lind Tower in Cape Cod.
I just thought that was really funny because why are you so mad? Also, this was not filmed for television technically. This was filmed and then sold. It did play at Sundance, which is where they will take films in order for people to see them and then possibly
either do
distribute
movie
them.
or TV.
It's just that Showtime ended up buying it to put it on their platform. And then so it debuted April 16th, and then 4 days later, they did a double feature of the original Reefer Madness, and then followed up with this on 420.
Fun. Oh, and 420 fun. See, back in the day, people were having fun.
We were in Iraq. We were having a good time. Come on. And then Anna Gasteyer was offered the role due to the producers seeing her in a performance of Rocky Horror as Columbia, and they were really impressed with her singing ability, which is so funny because I think already she had played Elphaba off, or like, I don't think she did it on Broadway, but she definitely was in Chicago for years because that's where I saw her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I think she's really good in this. But that's all the lead up I have. So let's dive right in to the smoke. Molly, I come to you because obviously you said you've never even I don't think you've seen it. You've heard of it.
No, this is my first time actually hearing about it.
Yeah. So what was your take? What did you think?
I thought this was so fun. I think it was a really well done movie musical, but it was a time where I was so wishing that I could see the show live because the fun of actors who are enjoying doing intentional camp, that gives an energy that I just wanted to be in the room with them having fun and seeing them have fun doing the performance. So I don't, I'm trying to make it clear, like, I'm not saying this as a knock on the film, but like, I really hope that someday I'm going to be somewhere that they're putting this on, because I really want to see it live now.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the only knock I would say that's kind of in accordance with that is like the film is maybe a little too polished. Like Rocky Horror feels very similar, but it's so grimy that it like that's why it works so well. And like this one I feel like is like a little too, I don't want to say like producers level squeaky clean where it's like they kind of brushed all of it off.
But there's a little bit of
like
sheen.
I want like a little bit of the sweat to show. Because it's gross. Like it's crazy.
Arjun, the funniest.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, just on the gross note, when she's covered in blood and then she goes and puts the lipstick on.
Yes.
Before she goes outside. So good.
Well, also when Mary Lane gets shot and like all of a sudden you pan back to her and she's covered in blood in like the split second.
There are a lot of times RJ and I just laughed out loud at what was happening on screen because it's so crazy. It's so aware of what it's trying to do and does it like so well that it's RJ, what do you think?
Yeah, I also had a great time. I had no expectations or didn't know what I was expecting or what I was getting into with so I was really nervous if the music was going to be good. And I was shocked at how good the music was. I was like, these are like bops, like I'm bopping along. They're fun. The dance numbers are dance numbers. Like even that number in the diner was so orchestrated. Like I had such a fun time. Number. Yeah. I had such a fun time. It went by really quickly, even though it was like a little long. Now I'm saying anything longer than 90 minutes is like, ugh.
We don't have the attention span for this anymore.
No. Well, a parody musical at an hour and 48 minutes
that's asking for a lot. Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Because
it would feel very different in person, obviously.
Yeah.
You get an intermission.
Because I was like, how long can you keep the bit going?
Right.
So I had a really great time. I thought the numbers were big and flashy. The music was great, and the performances were so big. And it has to be that level in order to make it work. So everyone really committed. I didn't feel like there was a weak performance.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I think everyone's very good in this. I had such a good time watching this. There was like the first 15 minutes, I was like trying to figure out where I was supposed to meet this in terms of like to talk about it on like a critical level of like what it's trying to achieve. And then once I got into it and I was like, okay, it's all being very intentional, then I was like, great, that works for me.
We can like kind of look at it face value because it's not like trying to do anything.
I think the lecture opening threw me off, and now knowing that it is like a reference to the original, I was like, and he kind of like looks like the guy in the original. Like they dress out.
Oh, they make him look
kind of.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. It's very funny. I think it's like a really good. I'm thrilled this was off Broadway. I'm thrilled this has never been on Broadway. I think like this is very black box theater energy. This is very like you have a cast of like 10 people and you have like constant ensemble switching in and out of
constant costume changes, like props coming out of nowhere.
Right. It's that fringe, I think is like fringe level parody musical.
Yeah.
And I think that going back to like what I was saying earlier is like I think like that was the only thing I was missing was like it felt too, I don't want to say relaxed, but I feel like would be a freneticism in person that I did not feel in the movie itself. It didn't take away from it, but I think it definitely would have added if it felt like a little bit more like a ratcheting up of everything as it kept going.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm sure in person they get to do way like they can go all out and like kind of make it gross a little bit.
And also like an audience I'm not even saying audience participation per se, but just the audience response to
live
everything
reaction.
it would be incredible because there's so many genuine visual gags and jokes that this movie has, and like lyrically also has. Like the entire bit of them not knowing how Romeo and Juliet ends throughout the movie is so stupid. And it's a reference to the original movie. They are like quoting Romeo and Juliet to each other weirdly in the beginning. It's so camp and unintentionally. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
Was there a true, of all like the numbers, because they're all such a piece, was there one that anybody felt like was a true highlight?
I thought that the Mary Lane, I feel like I, for some reason, cannot get the tune. Like, I was singing along to it when it was happening, but I can't remember right now.
Yeah.
But the fact that they just keep going with it, and then you end up cutting to all these unrelated characters that are also singing along to it, I thought that was so great. That I think is going to be the number that I remember.
Yeah, Mary Jane, Mary Lane, like I said earlier, it was written for the movie and then was retroactively added into the like licensed script you can get from Rodgers and Hammerstein Theatrical, in case anybody's curious, which is so funny that R&H houses Reefer Madness.
Yeah, not one that I would put together.
Yeah, I thought that one was really fun, and it really does make sense why it won the Emmy, because it's such a good song and is so funny and is such like a nice twist in the middle of the movie that I wasn't expecting him to like re-fall back in love with her.
Yeah.
Mary Lane, oh Mary Lane, we'll help you sing a new refrain.
You beside will start again. Just me and Mary.
You and Mary,
Me and Mary Lane.
when life proposes
Yeah, this song kind of like made me really excited to see Kirsten Bell's character like go into like when this song was happening, I was like, I can't wait for her to take the reefer. Like because she was already
it's coming.
You know it's coming. She's so committed to like the squeaky clean thing, but then like has these like clever like one-liners and like witty remarks of the like, you can't get your ring out, like, oh, did you gain weight, like that, like I can't wait to be your steady. Well, once you get the ring out, like just all of those small things, I'm like, oh, I can't wait till she turns.
When she like interrupts him in the middle to be like, did you take my car?
Yes.
So stupid.
She really shined for me, and like this number got me really excited to see like their dynamic. So
Yeah. Kirsten Bell works, man. She's always in things. She's like never taking a break, I feel like.
It's Kristen, just so
Kristen
I'm
Bell.
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's a name.
Wait, which one is it? Tell me again.
Kristen.
Kristen Bell is always working. I feel like she's always in things. She's always busy.
Yeah.
It feels like you can, like what part of culture did you meet Kristen Bell at? Because she's worked throughout the years and different generations, it almost feels like.
I mean, like, I feel like obviously now she's most famous
Mostly
as
for
the voice
Frozen.
of Anna
Yeah.
in Frozen. But, like, I have known her through other projects she's done, and I have known, like, I've seen her interviews and stuff outside of projects, and when I realized she was in this, I was like, oh, that like tracks so completely, because she has such a strange sense of humor. Like she's so like it just didn't surprise me that she was in Reefer Madness and was playing this role where then she has to kind of turn into this
totally
like,
logical.
insane
She's like
character.
very self-aware of what she could be cast in, and so I think she like enjoys being able to subvert that in like her own personal life, and like how her humor like translate in the work that she does. Because like even in like if like thinking about like The Good Place, like that whole thing of just like watching like a person like in the first episode, you think like, well, she couldn't be that bad, and then like she's just like losing her mind because she's trying to figure out like the whole bit, you know, like it's just she's just really charismatic on screen.
Yeah. She's very talented. She's really good in this. The one I was hoping somebody was going to bring up was Listen to Jesus, Jimmy.
I mean,
which
what
is
a
the
number.
most insane. It's like, first of all, I have talked about how I tire a bit with like musicals having to reference other musicals. But I think this one does very specific references that I think work better than just like a general musical kind of whatever.
And it doesn't feel like it's there just for the musical theater fans to be like, oh, I see. I know what you're talking about. Like there's more thought to it than that. Yeah.
Yeah. Plus you're already parodying a movie. Like we're already in parody zone. So like it doesn't feel like another reach to just do that. But this like
Pontius Pilate.
Well, I was going to say the whole time I was like, oh, it's
Beauty
Teenage
School Dropout.
Beauty School Dropout, Teenage Dream. Yeah. Or
Beauty School Dropout.
Teen Angel.
Teen Angel.
Which is so funny. So this guy was in the original cast playing Jesus Christ. I do think that like everybody who came in with their character, especially in a camp production like this, which I think we said the exact same thing about Rocky Horror, is like they're so pitch perfect to the level of camp that this is required to be, that like I'm glad they used the original people, because like I think Anna Gasteyer is really good in this. She like is an SNL alum, so she knows how to do comedy. I'm not surprised by that, but you know, they just it's like nice that you don't have to like start over from scratch with someone and be like, okay, no, push it, because they have to take it to such a broad place. I was like, if my mom was in the room, I would have one eye on the screen and one eye on her mother, just to be like,
is she laughing?
Is she laughing? Is she mad? What's happening? Because it is deeply
unserious in how
unserious
Jesus
is a word. I would say, sacrilegious is a word you could use.
Yeah.
They apparently, so if you remember, they're in the church. And he turns around and looks at the crucifix, and the crucifix blows smoke.
The smoke
out of it.
comes out of Jesus.
They originally tried to have it also come out of his stigmata on the hands of the crucifix as well, but they couldn't like rig it just right. And then they're like, "That's probably fine. That's probably sacrilegious enough. It's fine." But I was like, "Oh my!"
The bit of him getting off the cross and then like getting his left hand like stuck on the nail, so he's like, pull. I was like, "Oh my god!" And like this song specifically was like the lyrics are so witty.
They're so funny
because they just go for the bit.
If you grew up in the church, the level of jokes in here is real good.
Yeah.
This, I will shock you, is not part of the original film. This was added. You'll be shocked to find that out.
There was no Jesus Fantasia.
Your brain has turned to marmalade. I'm here to help you, Jimmy, and return you to the fold. Try filling your lungs with God and not Jamaican gold. Satan's bold, loves to lie. Don't reply. Do you wanna make the angels cry? Listen to Jesus, Jimmy. Just say no to the marijuana. Listen to Jesus, Jimmy. This comes straight from the Madonna. Listen to Jesus, Jimmy. I'm the face on the shroud of Turin. Listen to Jesus, Jimmy. Do I need to test your urine?
I will say when the number did start, I was first like, is this another like drug-induced thing that like is convincing him? I didn't know what side Jesus was on.
What side Jesus would be on, yeah. I think this is a great time to again discuss Roman Catholicism.
Sure.
As
It's
we
like
want to do on this podcast.
Yeah, of course. Our number one topic.
Yeah, I think this is very accurate. Is what I want to say about it.
It was more that we were watching it. I was like, I can't believe this movie is another chance for us to talk about
church
religion on this podcast.
Well, first of all, the actual church scene where he goes in and steals the donation box to buy more weed, and Ralph smokes the frankincense from the lectern, and then the verses on the board all say 420. I mean, come on.
I have a question about Ralph. He has like red hair and he has like a W on his sweater. Is it a Ron Weasley joke?
Oh.
Because I was like, this is in an era where Ron Weasley is like Harry Potter is out.
I think it's just, I don't think so. I think
Is it more like an Archie? I thought it was more of like an Archie because he has red hair and he has like.
he's supposed to be a college dropout in the
Okay.
original, so I think it's just supposed to be that's your tell that he is like a failed college student, basically.
Gotcha.
Is my guess as to why it's
Yeah.
like what it's supposed to be doing.
I think in future they should not have a redheaded character that has a W on their sweatshirt if they're gonna not be
Well,
trying to make a Ron Weasley joke.
It would be an R if it was a Ron Weasley reference.
Oh, you're right. You're right. It was by their first initial, not the last name. Okay.
This was my favorite number in the
yeah?
show because I mean I really did think I would say 85% of the songs I was like, wow, I like this.
I
This
like
is,
the
like,
song.
good.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm nodding my head. Yeah.
The only one I think I really didn't like was the like One Pew song.
Lonely Pew.
Lonely
It was
Pew
like
or
her
whatever.
sad song that like Jimmy's gone.
That was the only one that I was like, yeah, no, I don't.
I wish it was shorter because there wasn't like a big punchline.
Yeah, it's like a
It was,
weird
like,
moment of
too
actual
earnest.
earnestness
Yeah.
that I was like,
Yeah.
oh, weird. But the other song that I thought was absolutely bonkers, and this was like, I think it's the second song in the movie, it's the third song. It's called The Stuff
The stuff.
that May sings. And there is a
of that
part
one line.
where she...
He just
Okay, we need to do a trigger warning.
yes.
Yeah.
Trigger warning for
Sexual
sexual
assault.
violence, sexual
Sexual
assault,
violence, sexual assault, drug
domestic
use,
violence. Yeah.
cannibalism.
I was a student, good grades, and so naive to the stuff. A handsome stranger, some empty promises, lots of stuff. But I don't get hooked. I'm not addicted, no. I just enjoy the glow. I like to have my fun. No harm to anyone. Though the fun sometimes escapes me when Jack gets stoned and rapes me.
Crazy. At first, I thought they pitched her voice up because I think I'm just used to her
It's so high.
belting
Yeah.
now. Like we just saw her in Once Upon a Mattress like last year. But I think she probably just could sing that. Maybe they did a little bit, but she
I
probably
mean, this
could
is
sing that.
right
higher.
after I think she just finished her run as Elphaba.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So is this a reference to something that we see in the original?
In the original.
Adam?
No, I mean they have like a contentious relationship, but I scrubbed through, so there may have been dialogue
Okay,
I missed,
yeah,
but
yeah.
to me it did not seem like there's no scene where he hits her or anything like that, which happens multiple times in the musical. So that's what I was like, oh, they just added that, and I think it's
To show that,
set
like,
up that
it's-
he is the ultimate like villain of the scenario. Jack is.
Yeah.
It's in the movie, in the original movie, May is very sympathetic. Or I don't know if I should say sympathetic, but she ends up later, like,
Helping.
she goes to the police after like everything has kind of gone down, and right before Jack is supposed to, I'm sorry, not Jack, Jimmy is supposed to be killed. In the original movie, his name is Billy, but in before he's supposed to be put on death row, she goes to the police to tell them like the truth, that it was all Jack, because, oh my God, okay. We see the trial. We actually see the whole trial. You see a scene with the in the jury room where one juror is like, I don't believe without a reasonable doubt that it wasn't because of insanity. That's why he killed her or whatever. And then they're like, you don't do that, like blah, blah, blah. They like coerce him into saying he's guilty. He gets found guilty. Then Jack is told by his boss, so there's like someone who's like selling them the drugs. Jack is told by them that he should get rid of Ralph and Sally, whose name in the original movie is Blanche, because they were a witness to the situation. So just to close it all up, he should kill them. So he comes over. Blanche is playing the piano. Ralph has gone crazy and has started to like that whole scene of like he's losing it. And then Jack comes in, he realizes that he's going to kill him. He wrestles with Jack and then takes like a bat and beats the hell out of him while Blanche like laughs in the corner watching. So then he dies, or I'm sorry, Jack dies. Ralph is then taken to an asylum, and then I don't know what happens to Blanche. I think she also gets taken to prison or something like that. But that's when May is like, this has gone too far. Her guilty conscience has gotten the better of her. So that's when she goes to the police to say like, I'll tell you the truth about the whole thing in order to like let Billy go. And then as they're taking her away so that she can like
Tell the truth
or give her a statement or whatever, she's like walking down a hallway in this tall building with this lady, and then she like runs away from her and jumps out the window and kills herself. And you like see her fall, and it's the whole thing. And I was like, oh my God. So I think they were originally going to use that for the original production, and then they ended up where May like saves Jimmy, which I do think is very satisfying. It does because of all the abuse. It ends in a very satisfying way for her character because she's so, I would say in this, she's very sympathetic, obviously. I think Anna Gasteyer is so funny. I don't think I've ever seen her do anything where I was like, well, that wasn't pitch perfect. So
right. Yeah.
I just feel like she's genuinely one of the unsung SNL ladies.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's constant talk about like, especially that era, I feel like gets overlooked. And she's talked about it before. I listened to her on a podcast, and she was saying like when they will do those like compilation sketches or whatever, she was like, they would use me so much for sketches where I had to sing songs, but due to like music licensing,
they never show them.
They never show those again. So she was like, most of my sketches are just like lost to time because they were like blink and you miss it. But I just really wanted to shout her out because as soon as she came on the screen at the beginning of this movie, I was like, oh hell yeah, Anna Gasteyer in this.
Totally.
But it is insane. It's insane. Like the comic level of abuse happening, and all that is in air quotes, by the way. That's part of the movie that feels very akin to Little Shop to me.
Yeah. The Audrey. I mean, like the whole thing of her just keep saying that, oh, I fell. Like one time she was using a raw steak to ice her eye. And Jimmy's like, why do you have steak on your face? And she goes, I fell. It's just absurd.
It's
when did we stop using raw steak for face injuries?
As like cold compress, right?
And now it's not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bag of peas.
Yeah, when we started freezing vegetables in plastic bags.
Was it just that they were cold? Was that the only reason people use them, or did they think it was like good for your skin?
I have no idea. But yeah, it used to be in like cartoons all the time.
Exactly. Like yes, it's like a thing I see referenced all the time.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it was probably my genuine guess would be because ice boxes used to be so small that you could fit very few items in there, and obviously you would have to preserve the meat. Would be the most important thing, so it would be the for sure thing you would have in your ice box that was like cold enough to put on your wound.
I guess it is just because it's cold, according to Google Gemini, but it says it's not medically recommended, so don't do it, everybody.
Please don't put raw meat on your face.
On an open wound. And don't do that.
My I don't know if favorite is the right word, because there are numbers that I'm like, it was such a visual feast that I couldn't believe what was happening. It was absolutely when Jimmy takes a hit and the orgy happens. And it is like this full satyr moment, bacchanal, true bacchanal.
He's wearing a dance belt. Shout
out to this body on Jimmy, because I was like, oh, he's also a dancer. He's about like a dancer, I can tell. And then just like the short visual gags of him what it's actually looking like in real life. And he's eating the spaghetti dinner and the clams start talking to him. And then the next shot is his entire family is covered in spaghetti. Like, that is so stupid and funny. I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of
And the zombie, like a lot of zombie numbers. I mean, obviously when Ralph's demise is coming, like that's when it gets to the gory part, the spooky part, because he like gets the munchies so hard he eats Sally, and then the zombies come to life. That is not in the
original. I'll say that.
I assumed cannibalism was not.
Well, there were zombies at the very beginning too, with the lecture.
Right. Oh yes, the lecture. Yeah.
Oh, so they filmed that. So this movie was filmed in Canada. They filmed like the school segment where they were like in the classroom for the like viewing the movie or whatever. They filmed it in a mental institution, like a section of the mental institution, and they were very concerned that if the patients saw the zombies, it would like be a problem.
Yeah, because they would like think that they were really zombies potentially.
Right.
Yeah.
Or something. So they were like, they had to like for sure close off, like secure.
This was the most logical filming location. Like there wasn't a school.
There was no use
that weekend or anything.
Yeah.
I think it was. I think they filmed in Toronto, if I remember correctly.
No, high school on a Sunday night that like no one's here.
Yeah, I'm just curious if they just didn't have, if the schools just didn't look old enough.
Like an old, like Joker Folia do. Like it looked like that room where they watched the movie, the projection movie. Yeah. That's what it looked like. I mean, I also love this finale number. I mean, we got a little Annie reference with Roosevelt coming in.
Yep.
And then just the like full gospel into like very showy Broadway finale number. And then it like goes into the real life with the lecturer and then everyone's burning marijuana. It's just a very satisfying ending of like big showy dance number.
It feels very similar to Urinetown in the way that it is
like presenting,
speaking to like this will happen. Like this is
in your town. Well, that's also very Little Shop. Yeah. I mean, I am always complaining that there are not proper finales in the movies that we watch, and this was a finale.
This is for sure a finale. And like the three of them coming back as Uncle Sam, George Washington,
and Lady
Liberty is so stupid. That really made me laugh too.
It's a funny movie.
Do we want to say anything about some specific performances for maybe people who didn't have songs that we've called out yet? So like,
I actually really liked the actress that played Sally. It was in that number, in the orgy number. I was like, she is these pipes.
Amy Spanger.
Yeah. She was like doing riffs. I mean, I feel like if we don't mention Alan Cumming, I feel like that's
what are we doing?
A
crime.
Yes, a crime for us.
Yeah.
He really is one of the best like chameleon performers that we have, I feel like.
I just want to say. I just want to say that I found a couple reviews, and you know how in a review they'll say like the person's name and then quotes of like or a parentheses of like other credits they've had or whatever. I need you to know that his most famous credit at this point was X-Men 2.
Oh, it was Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler is in X-Men 2.
But that's what I mean. Like he plays his career is crazy.
Yeah.
Insane.
I mean, he's a chameleon, but there's also like a very distinctive Alan Cummingness to him that is always in all of those roles.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
So like he sought out of like, I want a little Alan Cumming type in this.
Right.
He really,
yeah.
I don't know if this would be like sacrilege to say, but he really does remind me of like a younger Tim Curry in just like his way that he is like there always feels like there's something under the surface.
Yes.
Like you're never like I can't see him playing Jimmy, but I can obviously see him playing the lecturer, right?
Yeah.
Right.
He's very
There's always something like knowing. Like he's yeah.
And even though this is like clearly like shitting all over kind of like very conservative viewpoints and talking points, sometimes I find it that there's a real lack of subtlety when people who are liberal theater people do this about like right-wing stuff, because it just feels
It's
like
so
they're
on
like
the
preaching
nose. Yeah.
to you about the thing that you also believe in. This does not come across that way at all. And I don't know if it's
that's true.
because it's so specifically like set in this
The
framing
time
device.
frame. Yeah.
But I was confused watching this movie what time this was. I didn't I mean, like, I know FDR is a character in this, but the movie to me looked like the 50s, so that's why I was like,
Yeah,
why
but
is
they're
FDR
showing
here?
but they're showing the movie when the movie actually came out, right? It's like 39 or whatever.
I think that maybe it was that he was showing them the movie in the 50s, but maybe it's the original. That like he's showing them the Reefer Madness that was made in the 30s in the 50s. Because there were so many references to communism with the character that keeps speaking up
that's
who's
true.
like Polish, and the lecturer keeps like putting down his comments by like making
Well, that's why you thought that, because this and that.
Yeah, what's the word for like accusing somebody without saying it? I don't remember. Casting aspersions that this guy's a communist, basically. Insinuating that the guy's a communist. So I think it maybe was the 50s when in the framing device.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that would be why I then kept thinking, because I was like, well, I guess they don't say anything that makes me think it's the 50s, but yeah, the focus on the communism makes sense. Yeah, that's not in the original. I'll say that.
Yeah. I thought that the framing device thing was really cool. And I loved the part where there's a part where Sally sells her baby, and she sells it to like an old Chinese man, and they're like making jokes in it about him eating the baby, and then it cuts to the framing device, and there's like an Asian woman who's like slumping down in her seat and like looking around of like, do people think that I do this? And I was like, wow, that was like really good.
I thought that was a clever comment on being like, yeah, we don't actually think this. Like, I feel like it was like, we know this is crazy.
Yeah.
Because I do think the movie has to ride a fine line of being like, obviously being offensive, it's insane, but without feeling like, and now we're just using it as a chance to like be like, I like at the very end of the movie, the black family like runs back inside because they're like, what's happening?
Yeah, because there's just a group of people with pitchforks.
A group of white people with fire
burning
and pitchforks
shit,
and stuff. Yeah, that moment felt very Mel Brooks to me.
Yes, absolutely.
Very much so. Yeah,
School of Mel Brooks, totally.
Yeah,
I just think he's one of the best. I don't know. And speaking of Provincetown,
Alan Cumming.
Yeah,
I thought you meant Mel Brooks.
Well, yeah. Well, let's go. Let's transition. Speaking of Provincetown from earlier, was that before the pod?
I think that's part of the pod. I went to Provincetown as part of my honeymoon.
Yes, I saw Alan Cumming at Provincetown. He was at yes, it was like one of the deck parties, and I was like, I literally looked at my friends and I was like, that's Alan Cumming over there. I should have said
just
hi
at the party.
He was being a little
Loved
social
your
butterfly.
work in Reefer Madness, the musical.
Yeah,
the movie musical.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, at Provincetown, famously, I saw him, but then Adam and I also saw Raul Esparza with a tongue down another man's throat.
Oh.
And that's when Adam and I were like, is Raul Esparza queer? And had to Google it.
You guys didn't know that he was gay?
No. We did not know. I'm like, oh. Yeah, he like was married, but then like came out, I think as bisexual.
I think yeah.
Oh, okay,
I was like,
gotcha.
well, that makes sense why he's here shirtless with other daddies.
Yeah, wow.
Other
interesting.
papas.
I've been to P-Town twice actually, but both times have been like more in like the fall, like not the summer,
Not the
whatever.
summer craziness,
I like
The madness.
It's so like such a lovely, charming little New England town that I like can't imagine it in the summer when it must be
when
just
it's
teeming
just
with
like
people.
degenerate.
I mean, during the day, it's still like very quaint.
Yeah.
And it's just at night, it's like, oh.
Oh,
I just like physically, I don't know how you could fit that many people in there.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that party where we saw Raul Esparza, it was I was concerned. I was like, oh, there's like no.
I was like, where's the fire marshal?
This is a full fire hazard, but no one cares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would like to just say, I think this performance by Christian Campbell as Jimmy is sublime. It's dialed to an expert level of like over the top, camp, broad kind of like caricature, but like works.
Especially since when he does turn, it's just as campy and broad. Like he's humping the air, like he's humping
he
and
humps the wall. Like,
he humps the wall like that's.
He also like I thought when this movie started, like when he goes and he smokes it, I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a slow like descent into it.
Oh yeah, but it's like
and
so
it like immediately as soon as it starts, he's like addicted. Like it's like, and I guess obviously that's the point is like it's this like vilification of this thing, but when he just like when you see him back in the real world outside of the orgy like dance sequence and he has his hair's all askew and he's like falling down
the school
hallway. It's so funny.
And then Mary Lane is like trying to ask him regular questions and like not picking up at all how out of it he is. It's just so funny.
Yeah. I just the parody of the like squeaky clean naivete is always very funny whenever these types of things are parodied, like, because it's gonna be a downfall. Like that part reminded me of Rocky Horror very much, of like Brad and Janet walking in, like and they're about to get the whole ruined. Romeo and Juliet like song. I was like, oh, this is the Brad and Janet in the graveyard like singing or whatever. And I kept noticing that they kept being surrounded by plants, and I was like, oh, I don't know if that's intentional or they're just like filming outdoors. But like they were like had the like flower petals and stuff like that. I was
I didn't realize at the end that the Reefer Den had the actual plants.
What do you mean?
You mean when he goes outside and starts like cutting the
plants?
Yeah. I didn't realize that. He was growing.
They were growing it there. Yeah. I thought he shoots him earlier. He like Ralph's in the like plants. And
I think that there's a thing earlier.
That's your A, your indication that they're growing it, and B, that there's a gun. So get ready.
Yeah, it's your Chekhov's marijuana plant / gun.
Yeah. Correct. Yes. It's a 2-for-1 combo.
It's a 2-for-1 Chekhov.
2 for Reefer.
I feel like we quickly went from Sally to Alan Cumming, and I just want to say that I agree that Sally was fantastic, and
totally.
I felt like in some ways the most committed to being over the top of all of these people who were very committed to being over the top.
For sure, her and Ralph, I just were like on like a zany.
They were cartoons. They were full cartoons.
Yes, they were live action cartoon people. Yeah. It was great. The bit of the. I know we talked about the selling of the baby, but
the burning of the baby.
Burning of the baby.
Yeah.
And then when she's like, it's so crazy. When they're in the car, they're driving. This is when they're about to hit the guy. And he's like,
I can't believe you sold the baby.
And she's like, it's fine.
I got another one
on the way. And then when they hit the guy and they cut to like him outside of the car, he's just like,
just laying flat,
like flat down.
Well, the Sally was giving me very Crybaby of what's her name?
Oh
my God,
Ricky Lake.
Ricky Lake, yes, Ricky Lake's character.
Yeah.
There was very like that. There's a lot of John Waters elements too that I was like,
I hope that everyone listening has listened to a lot of our episodes.
A lot of our,
I mean, we just keep being like, it's like this other thing that we did. And so listen to that episode if you're interested in that.
Yeah.
We literally just named every single camp, camp. Well, because
she also reminded me of Lily St. Regis.
Oh, of
in
course.
Annie.
Yeah. Oh,
and she also, just as a general note, very much reminded me of like, I think like if this movie had been made in like 2012, it could have been Megan Hilty.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Young Frankenstein. Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, I also this also Ralph is crazy. I think he's very good in this too. I kind of the only one I was like, he's good, was like Jack.
It's Jack, but
he is the least interesting thing to do in this movie.
yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of the least over the top character because he's
the most
meant to be
straight
the
man
villain,
in this.
so he's the most straight man. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I did not know if it was going to be good. I knew it was like not super well known, but I was like, I don't know if it's, I feel like sometimes it's like, and that means it's great or that means it's like terrible. It's like one or the other, I feel like most of the time where it's like, I don't know about it.
I think this is one, I mean, you guys can correct me, that we would definitely recommend that people watch.
Absolutely.
I think we've had a string of either like genuinely bad or like, oh, I don't know, like it's good, but it's so long or what. Like this is one that I would
or
say
like serious.
yeah, that if you like movie musicals enough to be clicking on this podcast, like I think you're going to enjoy this.
Yeah, totally.
And any listener of this would appreciate the clear references it's making to other movie musicals. I mean, the whole ending with FDR is like
Annie.
It's funny.
So Annie. Yeah.
Because it doesn't appear in the original movie. That's just completely added, and it's so clearly just to parody like the Deus Ex Roosevelt of it all.
Yes.
And him being like, this little girl told me the sun will come out tomorrow, and I didn't laugh in her face because her dad is a billionaire.
Yeah, I know.
But now I might believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alan Cumming, famously a rooster.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? And Tim Curry.
And Tim Curry.
They got something in common.
I think there's something there.
There's something they're not telling us. There's a colonial woman on the wing of the plane. Okay, have we done it? Oh, I have to shout out a couple more songs that I really liked. The Brownie song, the animated.
Oh, insane.
Oh,
yeah.
The fact that it cut to animation all of a sudden, and we had no indication there'd be animation in this film. Amazing.
It's insane. Loved that. I have to simply applaud Kristen Bell in this outfit for Little Mary Sunshine.
Oh my
Because
God.
in the original movie, she is basically like she's like, it's like attempted, like he's trying to rape her. And the fact that the movie turns it into she becomes like a dominatrix. Like,
yeah.
It makes that like it makes that moment able to be funny in a way that it's very hard to do otherwise.
Yeah.
And she is so funny. I read this thing that like she was like very embarrassed of like how she looked. Like she was like, she's like fishnets and like a corset and the whole thing, and she was like felt very exposed. And so the guy who plays Ralph just kept having to like turn around and be like, my ass is out in these chaps. Like, you're fine.
My full ass is out.
And then the other thing I just wanted to say too was I really like all of the cuts when we cut back to
the lecture and
the
horrified faces.
Horrified
it's so good.
There's the person that gets carried out on a stretcher halfway through the movie. It's so stupid.
And they set it up at the beginning. They like say as like part of the advertisement, it's like medical professionals will be on site in case of people fainting, and then they actually do it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's wow. It's a movie that I will not forget.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Is there anything else? Are we ready to move on?
It's time for parents to take a stand for the preservation of this great land. Till the things that scare us are burned or banned or smashed to smithereens. Once the Reefer has been destroyed, the star of Darwin and Sigmund Freud, and sex depicted on celluloid, and communists and queens.
When dangers near, exploit their fear.
The end will justify the means.
I found only a couple reviews, and
Because it was TV.
Because it was TV and it was ages ago and da-da-da. So I just picked one section. This is from Will Harris at thebullseye.com. The worst part about Listen to Jesus, Jimmy, unfortunately, is that there isn't another number in Reefer Madness that comes anywhere near it. There's funny stuff, but nothing quite as arresting. The film tries to make up for that by having things go completely over the top with the effects of the Jamaican gold on Jimmy and his new bud buddies. By the end of the movie, May, played by SNL alum Anna Gasteyer, has enough blood on her to be entered into a Carrie lookalike contest. Jimmy's brief turn to sanity for the song To His Beloved Mary Lane is a highlight, but Little Mary Sunshine will be appreciated less for its tune than for the fact that Kristen Bell spends much of the song in leather lingerie. Reefer Madness the musical is campy and over the top, and provided you go into the proceedings knowing that, you'll have a great time. The potential is there for it to turn into a staple of midnight showings a la Rocky Horror, but given that there's significantly less cross-dressing involved here, and the audience could be even bigger. Sure, they'll be lethargic, but concession stands are the perfect cure for the munchies. And it had a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. And then on Letterboxd, this movie has 3.6 stars out of 5. I picked some of my favorites here. C.W. Scott gave it 4 stars and says, I'm down for any musical that features Jesus rhyming you gotta with stigmata. Evita herself gave it 4 stars and said, this happened to me when I smoked weed for the first time too. Josh gave it 3 stars and said, absolutely fucking wacky. I can't believe this is the kind of content I'm consuming in a 400 level college film course.
Oh, wow. For a film course, that's amazing.
Which I have to assume is like because they watched the original Reefer Madness and then watched
maybe,
this.
yeah.
And then finally, Rai Mac D15
Sure.
gave it 4.5 stars and said, this movie teaches the 3 fundamental C's. Campy, cunty, and Christian Campbell dancing nearly naked surrounded by marijuana leaves. So those are my favorite reviews. RJ, since you came up with that 1 minute and 10 second recap summary, what is your MVP?
Sorry, Adam. I'm taking Anna Gasteyer. She is so... I mean, yeah, like you said, when she appeared, it's like a sigh of relief that like if this movie, if this movie fails the parody and like maybe it's not as funny or as pointed, I at least know that like Anna Gasteyer will turn and like know exactly the right energy and like give just a little bit more to make it like even more entertaining. She makes a meal out of being like kind of like this pathetic character, but then like I did not expect her to be like the hero at the end in a way. So when it happens and it's just as like bonkers of like covered in blood, looking at the time when she reads the newspaper headline and points to every word and then goes to 6 o'clock, looks at the clock, it's 6 o'clock, points again, 6 o'clock. It's like, it's so good. And like, because she's so serious in it. And then, like you said, when she applies her her lipstick, like that's what I need in order to meet the president, even though I'm covered in blood.
And the fact that it's not commented on at all.
No one brings up the fact that she is covered in blood, except for FDR. It's like, wait, let's listen to this like bloody lady, and see what she has. Blood-soaked woman. Let's see what she has to say. Oh my God, it's just it's so good. She's one of our greatest.
She's so funny in this. Molly.
I'm gonna give it to Alan Cumming. I just think the world would be a better place if he was in every single movie. I think we could find a spot for him in any film, and he should just be in everything.
It's like they should have all of the roles that James Corden was given should have went to Alan Cumming.
Correct.
Would have been so much more interesting with the feeling in Alan Cumming that there's always something under the surface. You could just add some tension to all of James Corden's characters.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that he wasn't one of the blind mice in the
Cinderella remake.
Girl Boss Cinderella, but this is so hard. I'm gonna give it to. I'm gonna do it. I can do whatever I want.
MVP.
I'm gonna do a double MVP with Christian Campbell and Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell, yeah.
As Jimmy and Mary Lane.
Totally.
First of all, I was sure that Mary Lane was created, the name was created for the movie, and it is from the original, which is crazy.
Amazing.
Because that feels intentional camp.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just can imagine that church being like, this is how we'll get them. It's called
But
Mary
that's when I
Lane.
was like, I wonder when the term Mary Jane
Yeah, did it happen
started.
later?
I don't know. I should look up the etymology of it.
Yeah.
But I just thought they were so pitch perfect in this, and it is not.
It's like dialed to more than 100. Like they go the extra mile.
Yeah. Also, Kristen, we didn't even say this, but Kristen Bell is doing this voice through this whole movie. She's like, she is making her voice higher than normal to like play this like naive character, and it's so funny anytime. It's very impressive to like watch people just do this kind of like super broad. I mean, like, there's no straight man that like, in terms of like normal kind of like straight man, funny man dynamic, that's really not a thing in this movie. There's kind of in duo moments, there'll be a
For the sake of
dynamic at play.
punchlines. Yeah.
But for the most part, everyone is so dialed to 100 that it's like, it should feel that it comes across almost
Exhausting.
like,
Like,
exhausting, but
yeah.
you don't feel that way at all. So it's really their talent that it doesn't feel sweaty in that way. Molly, do you have a closer?
No, but I'll think of one. Pitch one additional antic for Jimmy to get up to in the middle of Reefer Madness. Just an interlude, just to show how wild his life has become. Yeah.
I'm shocked that this actually didn't go into like drag as like, ooh, that's another like social ill. They mention it at the end, right? Or like they didn't go in the full like homosexuality.
Yeah.
So did the movie?
No.
Wow. So I would assume it would be like a sort of, which I think is like it's implied like in the orgy scene, like, you know, it's not just women, it's everyone. Like he's getting sodomized by this giant spear
Satyr?
thing. Yeah, whatever. So like I thought that something like that would happen too, but
Well, it says that he gets like in prison in the shower.
oh, that's right.
There's that.
yeah.
That's true. Like it's like a punishment for him. So yeah, I would think like drag probably was the other thing. Like he tries to like pretend to be a woman to get something, to get money or whatever.
I would say I know it's like kind of like a more modern take of like, I was surprised there wasn't a bit about being hungry. Like even just like as a
More
running
of-
gag of like
for
that they
Jimmy,
were
yeah.
constantly trying to eat. Like that was what that is a reference obviously in the fact that he's gained weight and can't take the thing ring off his finger because his fingers are fat now. But I was surprised that there wasn't like a scene where he's just like face in a bowl. Like it's weird how, but then I'm like, but the parody is that what it's parodying is it's not real.
It's not connect. It's like
none of it is connected to what
it's not
actually you feel
connected
with
to what.
marijuana.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's weird how horny this movie is because like in the few times I've done it, that is not the effect I would say that this is what it gives. I feel like that's Coke more than anything else. But not that I've done Coke. That was not what I was.
Oh my God,
Jesus Christ, Mom. But yeah. So I would be like, well, then I don't know if Munchies is like funny because it's kind of
It's
like
just
correct.
true. Yeah. It should be something that's like so such like a wrong drop. Now I'm trying to think about, I was gonna say like I always feel like it's funny when someone's like in transit and high, just like trying to work out like a bus schedule is like funny.
Yeah.
But now I kind of feel like it should be more things that are like clearly the wrong drug. So now I'm thinking there should be like an Adderall thing where he like frantically cleans his room at 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
Like that should be the thing, because it should just be like only wrong facts about marijuana.
Well, I mean, like he was already kind of hallucinating, so like I'm glad that they.
I was gonna say acid, like a hallucination, but that's kind of the brownie sequence.
Yeah. Which makes sense there because that really is like that. An edible is.
It's a different beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think this movie really. I really would like to see a live production because I think there's a couple songs that got cut. There's a song called "Jimmy's on the Lamb" after Act 1 or coming into Act 2. There's a reprise of "Listen to Jesus, Jimmy" that apparently is like even more intense. So yeah, now I'm just like, how do I find regional productions of Reefer Madness that I can go to?
I want to see a college production of Reefer Madness.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That would be so funny. Well, thanks for listening. This has been a real treat. Happy spooky Halloween.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Spooky season, everybody.
Be safe. Moderation. Okay.
The spookiness doesn't end here, honey. Because our next
movie is a real fright.
A real trick or treat. It's Amelia Perez. So, gird your loins, girls. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to Showgays, a Cine Musical podcast. This episode was edited and mixed by Adam Noecker. This has been an Ampliverse production. You can find the Ampliverse on Instagram, Threads, and YouTube at the Ampliverse. Check out our full roster of shows at theampliverse.com. If you'd like to send us your own takes on the movie we just watched, reach out to us via email, and we might just read it aloud on the show. Our email is showgaysmoviemusical@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow us wherever you get your podcasts, and please rate, review, and subscribe to help others find the show. And now, as always, the show must go on, so stick around to hear what we'll be watching next episode.
Are you English?
No, I'm not English. Why?
No, because you you are pretty.
So, does your client have a name?
He desires to remain anonymous. If you're not willing to accept, I don't think it's worth talking.
Just cut to the chase.
To listen is to accept.
Emilia. Eres. Emilia. Eres. Emilia.
Emilia.
Eres. Emilia.
Emilia.
Eres tú.
Mingo.